Hey, English learners, welcome back.
No long intro here. You're here to practice, so let's get straight into it.
First time through, just listen and repeat. Focus on the sound. Don't worry about translating yet.
If you go through it a second time, think about the meaning too.
Today's topic, talking about yourself, naturally, without freezing up.
We'll move through introducing yourself, your work and daily life, your personality, your story, and even how you connect with others.
100 useful sentences. Let's start with the basics, introducing yourself.
My name is Lily. Nice to meet you.
My name is Lily. Nice to meet you.
Where are you originally from? Where are you originally from?
I grew up in a small town near the coast. I grew up in a small town near the coast. Nice to meet you. I've heard great things.
Nice to meet you. I've heard great things. I'm originally from a country far from here.
I'm originally from a country far from here. Do you introduce yourself differently at work? Do you introduce yourself differently at work? I usually mention my job after my name. I usually mention my job after my name.
My name actually means something quite unique.
My name actually means something quite unique. I moved to this city a few years back. I moved to this city a few years back. What's the story behind your name? What's the story behind your name?
I was named after my grandmother.
I was named after my grandmother. I still remember my first day here. I still remember my first day here. People sometimes struggle to pronounce my name. People sometimes struggle to pronounce my name. I don't mind explaining my name more than once. I don't mind explaining my name more than once. You can just call me by my nickname. You can just call me by my nickname. I feel comfortable introducing myself casually. I feel comfortable introducing myself casually.
Formal introductions still make me a little nervous.
Formal introductions still make me a little nervous. I always try to remember other people's names. I always try to remember other people's names. Do you prefer formal or casual introductions? Do you prefer formal or casual introductions? I think a warm smile says more than words. I think a warm smile says more than words.
Good, stay with it. Now, let's talk about work and everyday life.
I work as a graphic designer downtown. I work as a graphic designer downtown. What do you actually do for a living? What do you actually do for a living? I've had this job for almost 5 years. I've had this job for almost 5 years. My mornings start with a strong coffee. My mornings start with a strong coffee. I spend most weekdays working from home. I spend most weekdays working from home.
Do you enjoy the work you currently do?
Do you enjoy the work you currently do? I switched careers after finishing university. I switched careers after finishing university. My job involves a lot of creative thinking.
My job involves a lot of creative thinking.
I usually take a short walk at lunch. I usually take a short walk at lunch. What does a normal day look like for you? What does a normal day look like for you?
I try to finish work by 6 every evening.
I try to finish work by 6 every evening.
I try to finish work by 6. I try to finish work by 6. I've worked with people from many countries. I've worked with people from many countries.
Some days are busier than others, honestly.
Some days are busier than others, honestly. I balance work and free time pretty carefully. I balance work and free time pretty carefully. Do you work better in the morning or evening? Do you work better in the morning or evening? I prefer working early before everyone wakes up. I prefer working early before everyone wakes up. My weekends look different from weekdays. My weekends look different from weekdays. I sometimes bring work home, though I try not to. I sometimes bring work home, though I try not to. Life outside of work matters just as much to me. Life outside of work matters just as much to me.
Time to get into personality and interests.
I'd describe myself as fairly easygoing. I'd describe myself as fairly easygoing. What 3 words would your friends use for you? What 3 words would your friends use for you? I'm usually the quiet one in a group. I'm usually the quiet one in a group. People often say I'm a good listener. People often say I'm a good listener. I get energy from spending time alone. I get energy from spending time alone. Are you more of an introvert or extrovert? Are you more of an introvert or extrovert? I enjoy deep talks more than small talk. I enjoy deep talks more than small talk. My friends call me the planner of the group. My friends call me the planner of the group. I love learning new things in my free time. I love learning new things in my free time. What's something people don't expect about you? What's something people don't expect about you? I'm a terrible cook, believe it or not. I'm a terrible cook, believe it or not. I collect old vinyl records as a hobby. I collect old vinyl records as a hobby. Music has always played a big role in my life. Music has always played a big role in my life. I tried to read 1 book a month. I try to read 1 book a month. Do you have a hobby you're really passionate about? Do you have a hobby you're really passionate about? I picked up photography a couple of years ago. I picked up photography a couple of years ago. I'm not particularly good at sports. I'm not particularly good at sports. I'd rather spend an evening at home than out. I'd rather spend an evening at home than out. My personality changes depending on the company. My personality changes depending on the company. I think humor says a lot about someone. I think humor says a lot about someone.
Great! More than halfway there already. Let's dig a little into your story and background.
I studied literature before switching to design. I studied literature before switching to design. Where did you spend most of your childhood? Where did you spend most of your childhood?
I grew up with 2 younger brothers. I grew up with 2 younger brothers. My family moved around quite a lot growing up.
My family moved around quite a lot growing up. I learned English mostly through films. I learned English mostly through films. What's a memory from childhood that stayed with you? What's a memory from childhood that stayed with you? I spent every summer at my grandparents'. I spent every summer at my grandparents'. My parents always encouraged me to try new things. My parents always encouraged me to try new things. I picked up a second language at university. I picked up a second language at university. Did anything major change the direction of your life? Did anything major change the direction of your life? I took a big risk moving abroad alone. I took a big risk moving abroad alone. Moving abroad honestly shaped who I am today. Moving abroad honestly shaped who I am today. I've lived in 3 countries so far. I've lived in 3 countries so far. My background is a mix of 2 cultures. My background is a mix of 2 cultures. What part of your story do you enjoy sharing most? What part of your story do you enjoy sharing most? I love talking about the years I spent traveling. I love talking about the years I spent traveling. Some parts of my story are still hard to share. Some parts of my story are still hard to share. I've grown a lot since my 20s. I've grown a lot since my 20s. Looking back, most mistakes taught me something valuable. Looking back, most mistakes taught me something valuable. I'm proud of how far I've actually come. I'm proud of how far I've actually come.
And finally, sharing more and connecting with others.
I open up once I feel comfortable. I open up once I feel comfortable. What helps you feel comfortable around new people? What helps you feel comfortable around new people? I like asking questions, not just talking. I like asking questions, not just talking. Conversations feel easier once we find something in common. Conversations feel easier once we find something in common. I usually remember small details people share. I usually remember small details people share. Do you find it easy to talk about yourself? Do you find it easy to talk about yourself? I used to avoid talking about myself. I used to avoid talking about myself. Practicing helped me feel less awkward. Practicing helped me feel less awkward. I've learned that most people enjoy talking about themselves. I've learned that most people enjoy talking about themselves. What's the best way to start a conversation? What's the best way to start a conversation? I like starting with something simple, like their day. I like starting with something simple, like their day. Sharing something personal often makes others open up. Sharing something personal often makes others open up. I try not to dominate the conversation. I try not to dominate the conversation. Listening well is honestly harder than talking well.
Listening well is honestly harder than talking well.
What do you usually talk about with strangers?
What do you usually talk about with strangers?
I enjoy hearing where people are from.
I enjoy hearing where people are from.
Everyone has an interesting story if you ask properly.
Everyone has an interesting story if you ask properly.
I've made real friends just by staying curious.
I've made real friends just by staying curious.
Talking about yourself gets easier the more you practice.
Talking about yourself gets easier the more you practice.
So tell me, what's your story?
Nicely done, seriously. 100 sentences from introducing yourself to really connecting with others. That's a lot of natural English about you.
Tell us in the comments what's one thing about yourself you loved sharing today. Maybe your job, your hobby, or even where you grew up.
And if you practice with us today, write this in the comments. I practiced today.
Or if you repeated all 100 sentences, write 100 sentences complete.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us keep going, and it helps you too, because you'll never miss your next practice session.
Thanks for practicing with us today.
Keep going, and see you in the next one.